Hey guys, Lacey Friend here. We are going to talk about ketosis. Now, a couple things I want you to know. I just started 6 weeks ago myself. I have researched and come up with a list of things that I think are really important to know. The other thing I want you to know is I'm no doctor. I don't make medical claims. I don't make medical recommendations. In no way does this video tell you you should definitely do this and this is definitely how. You should always talk to a doctor before you start anything and get all recommendations and plans from them. I'm just going to share my experience with you, okay? And a couple things that I think are important. So we're just going to get right to it. If you are brand new and you're going to start an 8-day challenge with our awesome products and you're going to do it a little more keto friendly, it's so easy. You're really not hardly changing anything. You are going to follow that program and plan exactly like it's stated with a couple tiny exceptions. For me, the only exceptions I would make on an 8-day is on days 3, 5, and 7. When it says at lunchtime to have protein and grains, the only thing I would have for your grains would be a low carb tortilla. Make sure it only has 3 or 4 net carbs. And then for me, in the afternoon where it says to have 1/4 of a cup of nuts, I actually choose to have a hard-boiled egg. If you don't like those, maybe a cheese stick. Something small, but more of a protein without the carbs. That's it. Every other thing about that 8-day challenge, you're gonna do the exact same. So when you get out of that 8-day challenge, there's a good chance you're already gonna be in ketosis. And we're gonna talk about how you know that and all of that. Now, you might start here and you may have done our plan and programs forever. Maybe you don't wanna start with the 8-day, whatever those reasons, you can actually do an induction phase in just maybe 2 days and get into keto and start using that plan. So if you've already been around for a while, okay? So I made myself a list of notes. I'm gonna kind of refer back to that a couple times because I wanna make sure I don't miss anything. You can tag all of the new people that you put in this group, or maybe you're not in a group and you just happen to have the video, but you can pass it along, feel free. So the first thing I want you to know is our products are 100% one of the most essential things, every one of them. They're going to help you with the nutrition, the wellness, the energy, the sleep, the stress, the weight loss, the fat loss, the muscle building, the fitness, all of it. Okay, so this is not a plan that you just go do without the products. This is a plan that the products are going to maximize your results. So you should always be using those. Okay, that's the first thing I want you to know. If you want to take notes, grab a piece of paper. You need to know about keto sticks, okay? These are little sticks. You're going to go into grocery stores, pharmacies, Walmarts, Target, wherever. Go to the pharmacy area, go to the diabetic section, and I bet you find keto sticks right there. If you don't, just ask behind the counter, okay? Every single morning when you wake up, your most concentrated time to go to the bathroom, where you've had the longest stretch in between, you're going to pee on this little stick. And it's going to tell you, based on a range of colors, if you're in keto, small, moderate, large, whatever, okay? So that's how you're going to know. And you don't want to increase your fats until you're in small to moderate keto. So that's something you're going to want to watch. Now, again, if you're coming off of an 8-day, you're probably already there. If you're not, we'll talk in a little bit of how to get there, okay? So that's the first thing. The next thing is, this isn't just 8 days. This is long term, folks. If you cheat, you will go out of keto. You will for sure gain some weight because you've increased your fats. You will have to start over and go through induction. So this is one of those things that I want you to think, I'm going to commit to this. It's all up here, you guys. It's all up here. If you get fierce in your mind and you know you're worth it and you commit, and I don't care if there's a birthday, I don't care if you're going out of town, I don't care if you're going out to eat, I don't care if somebody calls you and you're going to celebrate something special, you can go do all those things and still stay in keto and make choices of a delicious, rich, wonderful tasting foods. So it's not an 8-day. There is no end per se. You might reach your goal and decide to switch to another plan, but this doesn't really have a start or an end or a certain amount of days. So I want to make sure you know that. The next thing is induction. We've been talking about that. Okay, let's say you've done the 8-day and you're in keto, you're already done it. If not, it can take people's bodies totally different for everyone. Okay, it might take you 48 hours, it might take you 5 days. But basically what you are going to do if you decide this is my start date is you are going to eat a lot of lean protein. You can use our absolutely delicious lean shake and mix that with unsweetened almond milk or water or whatever. And you can have a little bit of fat in your diet, okay? But virtually you're trying to keep your carbs super duper low. So for me, I kept my carbs between 10 and 15 total. So I got that from my veggies. All right, so you do that, and each morning you're peeing on that stick, and as soon as you get into keto, it changes. But during induction, it's high protein, a little bit of fat, and as low carbs as you can do. Okay, now there is something called Keto Flu. Go look it up and research it. I would suggest having Epsom salt for a bath, or maybe Powerade Zero on hand, so that if you kind of start to feel that sluggish flu-like stomach issues, start chugging it, getting an Epsom salt bath. Your electrolytes are a little off balance, and you want to take that on as soon as possible. Trust me, because I've had it 3 different times, and now I know what it is and how to take care of that. Okay. But as soon as then you are in keto, everything's going to change. Now, one essential thing every single day from day 1 for the rest of your life, really, you should be drinking a gallon of water. A gallon. Measure it. It's 120 or 124 ounces. I don't know. Anyway, I try to drink 4 32-ounce Yeti cups a day to get my gallon in. It literally will make all the difference between you getting reshaped or losing weight, the energy, the vibrance that you'll feel. The water is essential, okay? Get MyFitnessPal. I want you to know that that's important. It's an app you put on your phone. You can go in and set your goals and your macros so that you're getting your 70% fat, 25% protein, and 5% carbs in your day. And you can go to the bottom of your diary and click on nutrition, and it'll show you the calories. You can look at nutrients and see what your total carbs were, your fats, your proteins. A lot of people around here believe in net carbs. 25 net carbs or less a day means you take your carbs and subtract the fiber, which is right under it, and that's your net carbs. And then you can look at this little pie graph under the macros, and it'll show you a chart to see if you're keeping track. Now, it doesn't account for net carbs. It does total carbs, so it's a little off, but that middle one, you can look at and see what everything is, okay? I log everything. If it's a Tic Tac, if it's a food group, you can look at restaurants. There's a little button, a pin dot button there, and a lot of restaurants have all their foods on there. So this is essentially one of the greatest tools that you are going to use. If it goes in your mouth, if you drink it, chew it, swallow it, whatever, put it in MyFitnessPal, okay? And you can actually share with friends and see what other people are eating if they open up their diary to you, and that's a really cool way to kind of share recipes and stuff. Next, carbs. So we've talked about this a little bit. 25 net carbs. Take your total carbs and subtract the fiber. And that's what you will look at every day and try to keep it there. The lower you do, I'm sure the more successful. I don't crave them, so I don't eat them much. I love those low carb tortillas, naturally what I get in, vegetables and some of the other things that I eat. So calories. Calories are important. You're going to want to watch that. Some people can get away with 1,500 a day. Some people maybe a little more, some people less. I try to keep mine between 1,200 to 1,300 on a daily basis. Occasionally I'll eat 15. Occasionally I'll have 2,000. Some days I'll go under that, but you want to try to not starve yourself. So you want the 1,200, but maybe kind of in that 12 to 1,400 range. Okay. Once you reach your desired weight, that's the time you can start playing with the carbs. See if you can increase them just a little bit at a time and still have good results. Maybe increasing those calories a little bit at a time, and then you'll do it. But I would say do it until you get to your goal. Next, weight. Oh my gosh, this is nothing like any other plan I've done. Literally, I call it my 4-day cycle. So I will lose weight. The next day, I might gain it all back. I know that's crazy, a pound or 2. Then I'll lose half of it. Then I'll lose the other half of it. And on the 4th day, I drop to a new low. The next day, I might stay there. I might drop even 0.2. Then I'll gain a pound and a half. Then I'll take that off over a day or 2. And then I hit a new low. So if you're a scale person, you're going to look like this. Okay? But it's going to go like this. Do you notice that over time it goes down? Okay, so don't be a victim of that. You're losing inches, burning fat. That is what's happening. So that scale will not tell you the truth. Now, fat burns fat as long as you're not putting carbs in it. Fat does not make you fat. Okay, it's important to know these things. Eat good fats, okay? We don't want you just cramming in bacon 24/7 and clogging any arteries or causing cholesterol issues. Good fat is extra virgin olive oil and avocado and coconut oils and things like that. But I do have some cheese and bacon and sausage and, things that have fats in them. But I'm not putting any carbs in. I'm losing weight. I am taking care of my health. Again, those products are essential because they're giving you such essential nutrients and vitamins, okay? So that's something else. Let me just tell you that with these products and this plan, I have never in my life felt this much energy. I describe it as vibrant. All day from the minute I wake up to go to bed, I feel good. I have a great mood. I have this energy that is just unbelievable. I look at foods and think that wouldn't make me feel good. I never have had this kind of control over cravings. You are full. You are eating delicious, rich food, so you don't crave the carbs. You don't crave the sugars. You can look at it and not want it. It's literally the first time in my life that I have felt this amazing on a plan. And it's because of our products and this plan combined together that make you feel like that. So all I can say is stick to it because it's amazing. I guess that's it, you guys. All I want to say is during induction, either you've done an 8-day challenge and kept the low-carb tortilla and the egg instead of nuts, and you'll be there probably when you leave 8 days. Or if you're just starting here, it'll take you 2 to 5 days with a lot of protein, a little bit of fat, and a few carbs. Just make sure you watch that Keto Flu epidemic thing. Once in keto, you jack those fats up to 70% of your diet. 25% is protein and 5% is carb. You want to keep your calories between 1,400. You want to drink that gallon of water. You want to make sure that you're getting good fats, okay? So 70, 25, 5. Gallon of water, 12 to 1,300 calories. Now, a lot of people say, how do I end in a day with that? Look at each meal. Try to put in each of your plates, if you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe if you have a little snack or something, keep each meal kind of in that ratio, 70% fat, 25% protein, 5% carb. Or if you decide I'm having a really large fat breakfast, then I'm going to eat a larger protein lunch. I mean, just keep the carbs low. I promise they're going to come out around the 5%, so that's not the problem. But if each meal kind of comes out like that, you're going to end the day like that. You don't have to worry about trying to plan it all out. Or if you have a lot of one during one meal, just kind of reverse that for the following meal, okay? It's really easy. There are lots of recipes, and you can get on Pinterest, you can get on Google, you can get on websites, and you are going to find some of the most delicious meals, even desserts out there that you can have that keep you there, and just stick to it up here. Do not let yourself off. And after time, it's going to be something that you love how you feel so much that you're going to want to stick to it. I think that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. I hope this helps you get started.